Hello and welcome to another video, Charge On with Jeff. What's it like to rent a Tesla Model Y? Join me on my 10-day road trip to sunny Florida as we rent the Tesla Model Y from Hertz. I'll give you all the scoop, all the details on what to expect, and my first experiences with a Tesla. So stay tuned. We'll get into all the details. Thanks for joining me. As I start to get a little bit more experience with the Tesla and some of the interactions with the onboard screen, you start to appreciate how many cameras these cars have. And this is one of the side cameras. This is another here in the B pillar, in addition to the front facing and rear facing cameras. Of course, the front facing camera, I believe, is right here, a little different position than what many other auto manufacturers put their cameras. So we're inside the Model Y. It's a windy day. It's been a very windy days here in Florida, but really spectacular as far as temperature and sun. And I encourage you to check out the Hertz videos. Let me show you what Hertz sends, a little bit of a taste of how Hertz prepares you to rent a Tesla. And if this is your first EV rental or your first Tesla rental, this goes a long way into helping you prepare for that experience. So let me show you what those email engagements and educational instruction tips look like. I have had the Ford F-150 now for a little over a month, Lightning, should say, and I follow EVs very intently, and I got to tell you, it's still an educational process to get in the Tesla Model Y and learn all of the technology features and the interfaces. And I have to give Hertz kudos. This is the email chain that Hertz sends out. And you can see all of the links that they send that does an education on the EV, the Model Y in particular. And they have educational links, resources. I encourage you, if you rent from Hertz and you have not driven a Tesla Model Y, or I think they have Model 3 as well as Polestar, and I'm assuming Hertz does this educational outreach to you on all of those models, I encourage you, please check it out. You can see all of the options they have here, how to start the car, how to use it. So what a great resource that Hertz has done. So I've looked at all those videos and I really tried to study up, and it's not like I'm naive to the EV world. I thought I knew a lot about Tesla, about EVs. Of course, I have the Ford F-150 Lightning and I've had it for about a month, and it's been a wonderful experience. There is no substitute for being in the driver's seat and really spending some time with the car. I will update any of the content that I think gets a little outdated as my week goes. I'm on day 3 here with the car. But I can tell you that it's quirky, and it is unlike any other car that I've driven, and likely any other car that you've driven. From the interface with all the technology and learning how to use it, learning how to rely on it, how to unlock car doors. I think there are some features here that we don't have access to as being a rental car that you would have if you were the owner of the Tesla. For instance, Tesla provides a business card, or a type of a card here. This is your fob, or your gateway to turning the vehicle on and engaging it into drive modes. And it looks like also a way to remotely lock and unlock the doors. As you can see, Hertz puts it into a hard case plastic. I am guessing this limits some of the functionality of the card, especially when it comes to locking and unlocking doors. Back to that door unlock lock. So on this screen right here, if you're on the navigation, this icon here, I believe, shows you the situation of all doors, whether they're locked or unlocked. And I also read that you can hold or push the park twice. There we go. You will be prompted to do this, but just a little heads up. To start the card has to be in this position right here between the cup holders and the storage space there. That is where the card has to go in order, with your foot on the brake, to engage the drive shift mode. And the other thing, so drive shifter, it's a full 2 pushes up to go into reverse, and it's a full push down. You'll feel like it'll go through 2 clicks to go into drive mode. You can see your mode right here. So 2 clicks up, click down, and push in for park. So one of the things you can do is look at all of the cameras at once when you're not in drive mode, and that's under dash cam, and oops, sorry, hit the wrong button. Dash cam, and that shows you all of the cameras that are available, and you can see the right, left, rear, and front. The entertainment options are a little bit of a challenge if you're new to Tesla. No Apple CarPlay, no Google Play, and you're going to have to Bluetooth or go to the radio options. Are pretty good if you like to listen to radio. They had some preset stations and pretty nice options here already set at the rental pickup. So just below the screen are these 2 wireless charging pads. They work fantastic. Well, sitting in I-4 traffic heading into the Disney mess, one of the things that the route planner in the Tesla and the computer itself, it's good. It is obviously very good when you need to plan for charging stops. But one of the weaknesses, one of the shortcomings is, as many of our viewers are probably Apple Map users or Google Map users, and you get that indicator along the route whenever you're in this type of traffic. And you can see here the Tesla really doesn't give you an indicator as to how far traffic congestion is or how severe it is, as you know we get on Apple and Google Maps. Now that could be a good and a bad thing. I don't know if the Tesla map would give me an alternate route if it were better in terms of time. I know there are some options to select for, I believe, shortest distance or most eco-friendly or most time efficient. I believe those are the settings in the Tesla routing planner, but you know, this is still something I miss, and you can debate whether or not it's useful or not. You're in traffic, whether or not it shows up yellow, red, or whatever. But I miss it. It's a feature that I have grown to rely on Apple Maps, and that is something you do not get when you are renting your Tesla Model Y. Now this is a perfect setup with the Tesla showroom right across from the Apple showroom at the Florida Mall. So a little tidbit, if you rent a Tesla Model Y from Hertz, at least in my case, and you are going to Disney Springs, as it was today, as we were today, and you are wanting to maybe do a little charging, this is at the 5th level of the Lime parking garage at Disney Springs. A level 2 charger, 32 amp, and you want to pull this down. It's about 39 cents per kilowatt, or at least it was in my case. Just remember, there is a J1772 to Tesla adapter. It tends to be in the bottom of the rear storage area down below here where the 110 charging cable is. So you have an option for J1772. I don't see a CCS adapter. So we are on day 10. We're wrapping up our rental with the Tesla Model Y from Hertz. We are back at the Wawa charging station that I've used now for 3 times, and it's been proven to be very reliable, and it's literally within 1 mile of our stay here in Winter Garden, Florida. What I can say is I have really enjoyed this experience. I highly recommend it if you are considering an EV. What a great opportunity if you have a Hertz nearby that is renting electric vehicles. Again, I believe their choices are Tesla Model 3, Model Y, and a Polestar. Having said the Polestar, and being a Ford F-150 Lightning owner, I did check out PlugShare while I was down here, and I can tell you that even in Orlando, there definitely seems to be a dearth of CCS high-speed DC fast charging, and its reliability seems to also be questionable. So I got to tell you, I would recommend getting a Tesla if you were coming on vacation, unless you really just wanted to test out a Polestar. But having been with the Tesla, I can tell you that there was a fairly steep learning curve. It's basically learning a new operating system, and I like to consider myself fairly technical, but you're going to have to learn the interface and the engagement with the car through all of the screen. I think I've reviewed some of that here over the week, but I didn't want to get into a how-to. But the driving dynamics of the car have been fantastic. Probably a little tight on the suspension, as others have noted, but in Florida the roads are really pretty good. It's not like I took it off-road, or the roads are really compromising here in South Florida. So a great driving experience. We've hauled as many as, we've got the garbage truck coming by. We've hauled as many as 5 people in here. We're going to take 3 of us back to the airport today with our luggage, and proved to be very comfortable from that standpoint. But really it's a learning experience on the operating system. The charging experience in South Florida with Tesla is just all you could want. They are everywhere here in the Orlando area. I went back and forth from Orlando to Tarpon Springs, and there's absolutely no charger anxiety about using the Tesla network at all. So I highly recommend it. What a great experience. 10 days with the Tesla Model Y. And I hope this has been somewhat informative for anyone who's considering renting a Tesla Model Y from Hertz. I highly recommend it. And even if you wanted to go the CCS route to rent a Polestar, and probably just keep checking the Hertz inventories. They may expand out to other EVs, because it seems like they are pretty committed to renting EVs in their fleet. So until next time, this is Jeff with Charge On, and I wish you all the best and stay in touch.